Hey, what's up everyone? Buckle up, you're going to love this. I've got a lot of information in this video that's going to make you think. Let's talk about obstruction of justice, which is something I'm sure you've heard way too much of lately. The words obstruction of justice, obstruction of justice. You remember when an individual who goes by the name of Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State of the United States of America during the previous administration? First, let's get into what obstruction of justice is. Obstruction of justice has to do with withholding information, delaying or impeding the timely and orderly administration of the legal system in some way, such as by giving false or misleading information, key part here, withholding information from legal authorities, or attempting to influence a witness or juror. It's a criminal act in most jurisdictions in the United States. It's a civil matter. Withholding key information. Let's focus on that part. Obstruction of justice can also be withholding key information. Now let's go on to a legal website, shall we? Obstruction of justice on the Legal Information Institute. This is on law.cornell.edu. This is a lawyer website. Obstruction of justice, 18 U.S.C. 1503. The definition defines obstruction of justice as an act that corruptly, or by threats of force, or by any threatening letter of communication, an act that influences, obstructs, or impedes, or endeavors to influence, obstruct, or impede the due administration of justice. For a person to be... Now let's look at this. The person, in order to be accused of obstruction of justice, the person must be the person that a proceeding was actually pending at the time. They must know. The person must know that a proceeding was impending at the time. Okay? An obstruction of justice is withholding information, influencing information during a process of investigation against you. And in order to be accused of obstruction of justice and convicted of obstruction of justice, you must already know that an investigation is being held against you. Well, during an investigation against Hillary Clinton, she deleted 33,000 emails on her private email server. Now, no one else that I know of even has private email servers because, first of all, the government is required to read your emails under the United States law. They have to be able to withhold your emails and read them in case of acts of terror or in case the law needs to investigate into you. Well, Hillary Clinton deleted 33,000 emails on her private server during an investigation. Now, if the definition of obstruction of justice under the law of the United States is withholding legal information from authorities, which is a criminal act, and on this law website, it states obstruction of justice is withholding information, obstructing, impeding, or influencing. Guess what? Influencing includes removing emails from your servers. Removing those emails from your servers is considered influencing the justice process, the due process against you. Well, if the court of law is doing an investigation into you, and you know about it, as you see right here, she knew about it. They said the proceeding must actually be known. You must know that there's an investigation being conducted into you. They must have the specific intent to obstruct the proceeding, but they must know that a proceeding is actually being pended at the time. Guess what? She knew there was a proceeding being pended. She knew an investigation was being done into her and her emails, the emails back and forth with Podesta, the emails back and forth. She knew these things. But what did she do? She deleted 33,000 of her emails during an investigation, which is obstruction of justice, and she should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law, just as President Trump would be, had he have done something like this. So, during the previous administration, this happened. During the Benghazi event. Those are two things that would have caused that administration. The Sharia law event and this obstruction of justice of Hillary Clinton deleting 33,000 emails from her private servers during an investigation into her by the United States government. The FBI was investigating into her, and yet she deleted those emails, obstructing their due process in court, impeding the due administration of justice. Those two things alone were impeachable acts, and also that should have gotten her put in prison. It would have for anyone else. Withholding or obstructing information from legal authorities is a criminal act in most jurisdictions. Then how did she get by with it? Hillary Clinton committed obstruction of justice. Obstruction of justice. Withholding key information. Hillary Clinton, withheld information by deleting 30,000 emails during an investigation, which was during the previous administration, which would require prison time, which she did not get. That, along with the other Sharia law things that I stated in my previous video, are grounds of impeachment and also grounds of firing and prison time as well. This has been Truth Talk. Signing out.